Are you wondering when and how to transfer wealth between generations? Investment advisor Aya Kadi and portfolio manager Bassam Kadi are with us for today's coffee break to answer this very important question. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So what should people consider when planning to transfer their wealth to the next generation?
Communication is key. Intergenerational wealth transfer is very complex. It takes into account many different factors: emotional, financial, tax, family dynamics. So conversation with each family member is really important to make sure that everyone expresses their financial goals, their life goals, and their priorities. So we have to plan ahead. We have to be prepared. Life can throw so many different things our way, and we really need to be on the same page through the three generations and with tax experts, your financial advisor, legal. So it's better to prepare all of this before something happens, because there's no better thing than to have an organized plan in case things start to go south.
Well, and without planning in advance, you might face things like paying more taxes than you needed to, or maybe some of your wealth transfers to the wrong people. Maybe it goes to creditors. Maybe it goes to the black sheep in the family, and that's not what you wanted. Or maybe your family ends up fighting after the fact because none of this was talked about in advance. Bassam, what are some of the challenges and complications you see with family members when it comes to this subject?
Well, the first one is to start a very emotional and could be sensitive topic. So how to melt the ice among the members of the family. And second, to amplify what Aya said, is to know who's bringing what to the table and what are the expectations. And second, who is in charge of doing what? I mean, let's say there is a cottage that nobody wants. Who is in charge of selling the cottage? Or who takes the artwork if nobody is interested in certain painting or rugs or silverware? These are the details that need to be discussed. And more important is all of us said, I wish I did do this. I wish I had that conversation before it's too late.
That's a really good point. And so when is it too late? Meaning, when should people start planning and start having these conversations?
Bassam and I, we like to go with the 40-70 rule. So if you turn 40 or if your parents turn 70, it's a good time to have that conversation. But on the conservative side, it's always better to start even before that.
Yes, and so you might want, if you're 40, start asking your parents. And if you're 70, start asking your kids or other family members. That makes sense. Well, thank you both. This is great. Hopefully this inspires our viewers to get started. And to make it even easier, we do have a family discussion guide available at thewealthylife.com. And viewers, if you want more tips like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll be notified as new content is available. And that wraps up this edition of Coffee Break. See you next time.
Thank you, Sybil.
Thank you, Sybil.